Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and I'm back today with another tutorial. Now I'm over the moon with this one because it's something I just thought up, and don't be fooled, this is so easy to make, it really is. So basically this is a gift box that I made for it as well, so I'll show you how to make all that. So a lovely gift box. Now when you open it up, inside we've got what I've called a recess box card. That's what I've named it. So it's a box. Basically you'll write a message on the back and it will just stand up like that, but that's why I've called it a recess box card, because this little village sits back in this little box inside. Then this bit opens up and it conceals whatever lights or tea lights you want to put inside. Wait till I turn this on because it just looks absolutely beautiful. And then we have our gorgeous little lit up Christmas village. I mean, how beautiful is that? And it would just stand up, and like I say, honestly, it's so simple to make. So I hope you like it, and I hope you're going to give it a try. As I said, it is really not hard at all. And then it sits back in its little gift box, and you can either, you know, it can be a card for somebody, or you can keep it for yourself as a little display. But I think it's beautiful, and of course you can put whatever you want in there. It doesn't just have to be a Christmas village. So and then you would just go back in and turn your little lights off. As I said, whatever little lights you're gonna have in there. But yeah, it's just basically little die cuts that I've just set back, and then I've put expand paste on. I love this. You could do it in so many different colours, designs, whatever you want. So if you stick with us, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this now. Believe it or not, but it's actually really simple to make. So I'm going to choose blue for the box, and I'm having the inside shelf white, but of course any colour you want. I was going to stamp on this, but it seems to have like really sort of little fine lines in it, so I'm not going to, in case it doesn't work. You can hear it, it's like sort of lines. It's really nice though. Anyway, 10 by 8.5 inches, and it's dead easy. All you're going to do is score all four sides at 1/2 inch and 2 inches. All right, so dead easy, 1/2 inch and 2 inches. So 1/2 and 2. Alright, now that will, you know, give you your bit for your box. Now for your little shelf, this needs to be 5 1/8. Actually, I'm going to get my ruler because it's always a little bit more accurate. So it should measure 6 7/8 by 5 1/8. Again, it's dead easy. You're going to just score all four sides at 1/2 inch and 1.5. So 1/2 inch, 1.5. And that is going to be the bit that you're going to put whatever scene or whatever you're having in it. Dead easy. Now, this bit here, you've got a couple of options with this. Now, this was my prototype, okay, and I just cut it with a craft knife and a ruler. Now, what you can do, you can use a die, which I might on this one, only because I found them and I thought it would be nice to have a little border. But you need an A4 machine because this is 8.5 inches in width. And let me check. Yeah, you're only going to get that in an A4 machine. So if you don't have an A4 machine, don't worry about it. So all I did for this one, I'm going to give you the sizes, was I measured in about 1 inch. So it should be 1 inch on each side, and you need to make your little cutout 3 7/8 by 2 1/8. So if you cut out a little rectangle in there which is 3 7/8 by 2 1/8, and if you just aim for the middle, that's what you can do. Just cut it with a craft knife and ruler. As I said, I've got an A4 machine, so I'm going to cut this out of here like this, because obviously we're not going to fit that through a regular 6-inch machine. But I'll write all these on my blog for you, and I'll measure in what it would be properly. I might even draw a little template for you, so don't worry about it, because you don't really need a die, if I'm honest. You know, it looks fine like that, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to cut this out first, and then this is going to be an outside. I'm going to have a little border around the outside. So if you've got a couple of dies like this, or you know, in an A4 machine, you can do it that way. So I'm going to cut this out and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've done that, cut mine out, and I've done a border from this beautiful sort of glittery Christmas card. So let's fold and burnish all of these score lines. Alright, so we've got that. Now, you need to decide which side you want to have that opens. I'm going to go for this side, okay? So, I'm going to start with the left-hand side first. Now, I'm going to cut up here, okay? And I'm going to remove this little end rectangle altogether, and this one here, I'm going to cut this little piece off the bottom like that, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a mitre in there. So we've got that. I'm going to turn it round to do this side here, and I'm going to do the exact same. So you should have this now. Now with this side here, because it's the side I'm going to have open, I need to cut in from this way. Okay, so turn it on its side and we're going to cut from this way. Again, we can remove that rectangle there, just get rid of that. Cut the little flap off at the bottom, do you see? And then just very slightly just mite it in there a little bit. So can you see how it's facing the other way? And you want to repeat the same with this one. So we're going to come in from the side this time again. Remove that. Cut the little rectangle off at the bottom and then just slightly mite it in. Like that. So you should have this now. I put this down, you can hopefully see. That's what you should have. Now, that's that done. So we have a back piece to go on as well. But basically, this will glue to here. But this side, we can actually open and close it to put our little lights in, or whatever lights we're going to have in. So put that to one side. Well, actually, I can glue my other okay, so right, so I've got that prepared. So take what will be your little shelf inside. Again, I've got my original one here. Yeah, so cut up here, just like what we did before actually. Get rid of this end piece. Okay, get rid of this. Like that, and you can just miter in a tiny bit there. And you're basically just going to do the same. That's that. Now, I'm not going to put it together yet because I'm going to show you why. But anyway, these bits here need to go in over. So fold them in a valley. Now, when you come to put the box together, because we're going to glue it together, it's going to go like this. And I hope you can get where we're headed now. These bits are going to be the bits that are going to attach to the inside, so we're only going to see that, but actually you'd need these to glue on the outside. Do you see? So because I'm going to show you why, when I made the prototype I didn't do that, and can you see the gaps in there? I wanted to avoid that, so that's why I've added these tabs on. And we don't want to see them inside, so they need to go over the top. So all we're going to see is just a little box like this. Okay? But what I'm going to do is I've found these little star dies that I have. And I'm just going to cut a few of them out so that when I have my little tea light or lights in, they're going to sort of sparkle through the background. So I'm going to cut them out and I'll be back. Alright, so I've cut some stars out just so I can see my little lights when we get them in. Now, I'm going to make my scene before I glue it into the box. So just remember, like I said, they're all going to fold back. They're going to fold forward. It's going to close and make a little box. So whatever you're going to have is going to really sit on this little shelf here. So I've cut one of my little border dies down. I'm going to have that on the back. So I'm going to glue this on, and I'm going to sort of make like a 2-layer effect. So I'm going to have this on here. So that's going to be the back layer. Now this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down and I'm going to score it so it can sit up on here as another layer. So if I just measure this, so that's roughly an inch. So if I say cut this down to 3/4, sorry, 1.25 inches, it'll be 3/4 in height, and then I've got a 1/2 inch to score it. So I'm going to cut it down to about here. It might be too big, but I can always trim it again. And then I'm just going to pop it on the scoreboard. Sorry, yes, so I'm going to pop it on the board and I'm going to score it just so it's like 1/2 inch, because this bit will then fold, and when I have my little sort of box, can you see it's going to sit up there and create a more sort of 3D effect. So I might just trim the score down a little bit actually, just so it's not sticking out as much. There we go. And then obviously I need to cut this to the right length of the box. Again, I'm just going to guesstimate it, but I'll see if I can get accurate measurements on my blog for you today. So I'm going to glue that on there now actually. Okay. So it's going to go on the base, because that's going to be like our little shelf there, isn't it? So that when I lift that up, it's going to be a little sort of 3D scene. So now, just remember though, it's going to be up like this. You know, it's not going to be flat, that's going to lift up. So I've cut my favourite little house dies and scene dies out. I may have too many, I'm not sure. Let me just get these. I did cut quite a few. So I'm gonna have probably a house. I've got a little cottage, some little trees. I'm going to put some of the expand paste on to make it look like snow, but I'm even, you know, like going to put some on here just so it's all like a real winter little scene, and I'm just going to build that up. But it can be anything. You could maybe even say fill it with little flowers, or maybe it's a little garden scene. You could have a little shed in, you know, a little flower bed, even a little fence, whatever you want to make it as. So I'm going to get on with that and I'll be back when it's finished. Okay, so I've done my little village and I'm going to show you it close up. Can you see? And I've just put loads of expand paste on. So now you want glue on the inside of these. Like that, okay? Because remember, they're going to glue on the outside. So we will then want glue or tape around them, and if we take our little box, turn it round the wrong way, and that is then going to glue on there, so that when we have it, we have our little shelf scene in there. I think this is absolutely beautiful. So, and I mean, don't worry about getting any glue on here. when you're sticking it down because you're not going to see it anyway. So, oops, I'm going to go for there, and then I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to see what it's looking like. There we go. Isn't that just so pretty? Because when we get this glued together and get the back on, the reason I've left this bit to open is so you can pop your little light in the back and that will shine through the little cutout stars we did. So I'm going to give you the measurement for the back and we'll get this together, and then we've just got to decorate the front. Okay, so I'm sorry, I can't remember where I got up to. I've been out, been back, done this, done that. Anyway, so, oh yeah, I said we were going to put it together. So, I've got a piece of card which measures the same as the front of the box. So, 6 inches by 4 and about 4.5, and this is going to go on the back. Now I'll show you what I've done. I've took these little lights, I bought them last year, and they're really thin little wire lights, and what I've done is I've slotted them sort of in the stars, and then I've glued them, like put a little glue dot and glued a few around the front. And then that's going to be in there so I can turn it on and off when I'm ready. I'll show you what it looks like at the end because it does look so pretty. So we're going to get this together. Now, the side that we did this way is going to be the bit that opens. So take your piece of card, and what we need to do first is get some glue on the tabs that we cut straight up and down. Okay, so they are going to glue to this bit here. Okay. And then you can put a little bit of glue on the top of these and glue that down to there. Okay, so that's what we've got now. Now this bit here is the bit that's going to open, so we don't want any glue on any of this, but what I think we may do is this little bit here, we're just going to take a little snip off there, and the same just there. Alright, I don't know where they went, I think that's it, I've got them. So I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to start gluing it on. Now I think I've cut mine a little bit too big, so I'm just going to check the size and trim it. So it's just under 4.5. Yeah, that's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue down here and all along these ones here. And then I am going to glue this on like so. And I may turn it over just so it dries. You know, so I can put a bit of pressure on it there. And so what I mean is now that's how I can access my lights. So I think mine's got stuck at the other end, but I'll get them out. That's so I can turn them on and off. There it is. So I've got that there. I can turn the lights on and off when I want. And then it will just close. Just like that. Okay. I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. That's it. So that's my little recess box done. Now decoration. I've got just a little holly thing that I cut out with some glitter card, and I'm going to glue that on there. Now obviously this doesn't fold flat, so it's going to go in a box, which I'm going to show you how to make it in a minute. Just a really simple little box to gift it in, but I'll be displaying this one, so you may want to just make it for yourself and display it for Christmas. It's up to you. And then I've got Merry Christmas, which I'm just going to pop on there. But of course, you can decorate yours however you want. So I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to get my little lights again. I'm just going to turn it on, find the button. Isn't that just absolutely adorable? And then I can close it back up and keep the little lights inside. And then obviously it stands up like that wherever you want to have it, but that is just beautiful, I think. It's hard to see with the light, but I'll put some pictures on of it. So now I forgot to tell you to do something before you glued this on, was to write a message. Yeah, you really want to write your message now before you glue it on. I'm sorry, my phone just never stops. You really want to glue it on, write it, and then glue it on, okay? And then I'm also going to pop this on. Okay, so that's what the back will be like. So I'm going to get the card for the box and I'll show you a quick box we're going to make. Okay, so I'm going to give you the measurements for a simple box for it. I'm just going to make the box. I'm not going to decorate mine yet. It'll be decorated for the photos later, but I'm just going to give you the basics of the box. You need 2 pieces of card which both measure 8 1/4 by 9 3/4 inches. So for example, we'll start with this, which would be the bottom. It doesn't really make any difference at this point. And all you're going to do is score all 4 sides at 1 3/4 inches. Alright, so that would be the base. And then I can see here that that's going to fit in there just perfect, really. So for the lid, obviously the lid measures exactly the same, but it needs to be a little bit bigger. So when you put it on your scoreboard, before you score it, just slightly move it away from the edge so you've got a little gap. Then score at 1 3/4. So again, it's there, just move it along slightly. And just again do that on all 4 sides. So I'm going to do this first because I know that this is the lid. and then I'm just going to cut up, and I'm going to just mite all of these 4 little tabs here. Sorry about that. So yeah, mitering all 4 of these. And then obviously at this point you can cut some paper to decorate that. It would need to be about, I would say, maybe 4 7/8 by 6 inches. And then I've just got a little 1-inch circle punch here. Now I can't remember if I said this was the base or the lid. I think I said it was the lid. I hope I did. I'm just going to take some little finger holes out just to help it open. So that's the lid, I hope. And now we've got the base, and it's honestly just the exact same thing. And if you want to decorate the inside, it's up to you. So there is my little card, which it's pretty much perfect fit really. There is a little bit allowing, like me, I've stuck that little die cut over the top, but it is slightly allowing a little bit for that. Same thing, and as I said, I'll decorate mine up for please fit. Yes. You always get a bit of card that's not glued and it's slightly stuck to it now. Oh, it's that little piece of holly leaf that's the culprit. I may have to trim that off actually. Yeah, there we go. Perfect little box for your beautiful little recess card. That's what I've called it anyway. Isn't that just beautiful? It really is. And you can do it any way you like. And I just love this little shelf, this sort of little recessed shelf. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a try. I will be back again on Sunday, and I have an idea of a similar sort of concept as this, but it's going to be a sort of gift box type of thing. So thanks for watching, take care, and actually I'll see you on Friday. My new die's been released on Friday on YouTube about 1 PM. So take care and bye for now.